welcome to the first episode of Naperville Sports Weekly in the year 2023. I'm your host, Josiah Schuneman. I hope you all had an amazing winter break. School may not be back in session yet, but prep athletes are back in action this week. We have some good basketball matchups on the slate, including the Waubonsie Valley girls facing Neuqua Valley in a rivalry showdown. It's a District 204 rivalry matchup in girls basketball between Neuqua Valley and Waubonsie Valley. Both teams looking to remain undefeated in the DVC as we begin the new year. We skip ahead in this one to the third quarter with Neuqua up by 9. Caitlin Washington misses the jumper, but Tia Polakidis chases down the rebound and gives it to Zoe Navarro, who knocks down the wide-open corner three. Waubonsie looking to cut into this deficit as Kalia Reed looks inside to Taylor Curry, who finishes at the rim for the layup. That makes it 39-31 Wildcats. Kylie Norkus pulls up for the shot in the lane. It's off, but Nalia Clifford gets the offensive rebound, then splits two defenders to lay it in. That puts them back up by 10. Time winding down the third, Curry draws the defense in, then eventually kicks it out to Lily Newton for a deep three, and she buries it just before the buzzer. NV leads 45-36 going into the fourth. In the final quarter, the Warriors look to mount a comeback. They move the ball around the arc until Kalia Reed puts her head down and gets right to the rim for the bucket. That makes it a 7-point game. Then later on, some great ball movement by Dub V leads to an open three for Daniela Maporocoso, and she nails it. The lead is down to just 2 with over 5 minutes left. However, the visitors have a response to the Waubonsie rally. Kylie Norkus misses on the triple, but Tia Polakidis comes flying in for the board and put back plus the foul. She takes advantage of her size against the small Warrior team. Then Norkus puts the finishing touches on this one as she swings it to Nalia Clifford, who drops it to Norkus on the block. She turns and lays it in with the left hand. Neuqua Valley is able to hang on for the 59-50 victory and pick up a big road win against its bitter rival. They stay undefeated at 4-0 in the DVC. It's Friday night basketball at Mattia Valley High School, and we got another DVC matchup. The Mustangs host the Naperville North Huskies, with both teams in good form lately. The Huskies want to continue their winning ways, while the Mustangs try to extend their winning streak to 4 games in a row. Nicholas Schroeder with possession for the Mustangs in the first quarter, and he finds Ja'Kai Gray open as he drains this three-pointer. They strike first, up 3-0. Luke Williams leads the way for the Huskies, and he dishes it to a wide-open Jack Kallstrand, who buries this triple. The Huskies keeping it close. Javion Grizzle tries to get past 2 defenders, but has nowhere to go. He finds Gray, and he sinks another tray as he is falling down, plus the foul. Mustangs lead 13-10 after 1. Cole Arl can't convert at the rim, and we go the other way. Quentin Schaefer throws the alley-oop to William Ashford, and he slams it to extend the Mustangs' lead to 11 in the second quarter. He and his teammates are fired up after that dunk. The Huskies begin to battle their way back into this game. Luke Williams with the deflection, and Jack Kallstrand gets the steal. He gives it back to Williams, who throws it down with authority. They trail by 7. Under a minute to go in the second quarter, and the Mustangs turn the ball over again. Williams attacks the rim, and he converts on the deuce for the and one. The Huskies trail 23-19 going into halftime. We go to the third quarter with the Huskies on offense. Cole Arl backs down Ja'Kai Gray, turns, and puts it in for the hoop and the harm. He gets the three-point play, and the Huskies trail by 2. Mustangs try to respond as Gray looks for a 3, but misses it. Luke Williams is there for the rebound. He pushes it up court and goes coast to coast for the layup plus the foul. Huskies take their first lead of the game, up 32-31 as we end the third quarter. We go to the fourth quarter as the Mustangs look to retake the lead. They kick it out to Gray, who tries the corner 3, but it's off. However, Nicholas Schroeder puts it back up and in for the tough and 1. They give themselves some breathing room, up 4. Huskies looking to respond as Cole Arl looks to make something happen. He finds Bryce Welch open for 3, and he nails it. The Huskies trail 41-37 with under 4 minutes to go. Under a minute to go, and the Huskies still have a chance. Grant Montanari passes it to Jacob Nolan, who dishes to Luke Williams. He drives and hits the one-footed fadeaway. However, the Mustangs manage to hit their free throws down the stretch as Gray finishes the night with 20 points. They get their 4th win in a row as they edge out the Huskies 50-47.
It's a new year as we jumpstart 2023 with a conference matchup between the Huskies of Naperville North and the Mustangs of Metea Valley. Both teams are back in DVC action for the first time since 2022 and come in telling two different stories. The Huskies earned a third-place finish at the Morton College Holiday Tournament, beating Bennett Academy. They look to continue their quest for the DVC title. The Mustangs come in looking for their first conference win of the season, though they won back-to-back games in their holiday tournament last weekend. The game is off to a scrappy start as both teams force turnovers and play aggressive defense. Yet, Peyton Fenner finishes through the contact to earn the and one and make the free throw to open the scoring. The Huskies look for their main scorer, Layla Henderson. She gets the ball to fall with a spot-up three-pointer. Both teams struggle for baskets, yet Fenner does it herself as she drives to the paint, splitting the defense and finishing at the rim. The Huskies lead the Mustangs 18-8 after the first. Metea opens the second quarter on the offensive. Lucy Burke finds Raina Patella and she swishes the smooth turnaround jumper. On high alert, Henderson snatches the inbound pass and completes the play as she finishes off the glass. Henderson and the Huskies take a commanding lead at halftime, 36-14. Despite the deficit, the Mustangs are still battling hard on the hardwood. Guard Reese Valha accelerates to split the double team and finishes with the floater. Fenner answers right back with a solo effort of her own, grabbing the rebound going coast to coast, finishing with the Euro step and the layup with the rim. Metea Valley continues to play with pride as Shrihi Dugirala edges around the defender and finishes off the glass. Peyton Fenner continues to contribute on both sides of the court as she takes no prisoners here, rejecting Lucy Burke at the hoop with the windmill block, sending it into the stands. Huskies extend their lead 46-20 heading into the fourth quarter. Mustangs Reese Valha putting defenders in blenders with this move. She takes it right down the lane, pulling off the 360 spin and kissing it off the glass for the layup. The Huskies finish strong with plays coming off the bench. Freshman Natalie Frimpong does it all here as she pickpockets a Mustang player and takes it the distance, finishing at the basket. Lily Buska for North sealed the deal. She gets the rock on the baseline, drives into the paint, and finishes through the contact for the and one. Naperville North handle their business as they move to 4-1 in the DVC, defeating Metea Valley 57-30.
A new year equals some new opportunities for Waubonsie Valley boys basketball. The Warriors are on a 2-6 stretch after starting the season 6-0. Now the slate gets tough as they take on Neuqua Valley, who is 3-0 in the DVC and is coming off a third-place finish in the Wheeling Holiday Tournament. Wildcats trail 5-0 early, but here comes Colin Garrity getting the hoop and the harm after the miss by Luke Kincaid. Now the Warriors begin their attack in the paint. Tyreek Coleman gets the Jackson Langendorf pass and scores with the foul. The free throw makes it a 4-point game. Then Eric Shilianov shows off his mid-range game by faking out Nick Doherty and pulls up for the jump shot. 14-8 Warriors after one. Just when Waubonsie is cruising, Chris Serbanov is taking advantage of broken plays. He gets the steal and scores with a hand in his face to trail 14-10. That doesn't bother the visitors in green because Shilianov is all alone down low and scores the easy basket. 21-14 Warriors before the break, but Langendorf wants more scoring, so he spins and gets his tough shot to land to beat the buzzer. 23-14 green and gold at the half. Wildcats start the second half with a positive note. Luke Kincaid also pulls up and hits his shot after a couple of bounces. They trail 25-18. Dub V continues to burn Neuqua in the paint. This time Trey Blissett answers with the score of his own and leads his team with 13 points. Waubonsie didn't shoot much from 3, but Coleman does so when needed as this one beats the buzzer. Then the icing on the cake comes from Shilyanov, who uses his 6'3" ability to throw it down. Warriors pick up a statement to begin the new year.
Coming up, we turn to wrestling here on NSW.
Hey, do you want to join our rewards program? Collect hot dog points to unlock access to our VIP lounge.
That doesn't seem very...
rewarding. With a BMO Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward for every month you save.
Wait, so you're gonna reward me for saving my own money?
You got it. A little incentive to help you get into the habit of saving.
That sounds great, but do you have VIPs?
Yeah, absolutely. We call them customers.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
What's the matter, boy? What are you trying to tell me? Is something wrong?
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something.
Naperville Animal Crime Stoppers.
Yes, I'd like to report a case of animal cruelty and neglect.
Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves.
We return to the mats and check out wrestling, with Metea Valley hosting Naperville North for a midday match.
While still in their winter break, that doesn't stop Naperville North from hitting the wrestling mats. The Huskies look to start the new year with a bang, while the host Metea Valley is still in search for their first conference win. Starting at 138 pounds, where Mustang Juan Arroyo gets a takedown on North's Clayton Champion. He tries for another 2 points, but Champion defends it at the last second and reverses his way to a narrow win. To 160 with Connor Norton and Noah Hersher trading some points after missed pin opportunities. Lots of scoring in this wild match, but Hersher finds a way to escape the battle. At 170 pounds, North's Nick Oblanzi gets Francisco Canone on the mat, and that's all he needed. Oblanzi rolls his opponent on his back for the pin. Final match at 195, and it's capped off with a Steve Harvey pin on Zuhair Page. Huskies begin the new year with a shutout win.
The first play of the week of 2023 features William Ashford rising above the rim. Cole Arl is unable to convert at the rim, and as the Mustangs go the other way, Quentin Schaefer throws the alley-oop to Ashford for the two-handed slam. A perfect pass by Schaefer, and Ashford shows off his athleticism to get him and his teammates hyped up.
Local news is your lifeline. Let the Daily Herald help you navigate your world with solid reporting, good advice, and a much-needed diversion or two.
He took his victims at night, and they were never heard from again.
We were there when true crime podcasts spiked your anxiety.
Maybe try binging something less intense next time.
We were there for that. And we're here for everything else. Here it's personal, because we get to know you.
The Naperville Wrestling Club has been giving some of the top grapplers in the area a head start for years. Now with participation numbers on the rise, the club hopes to produce the area's next champions. Patrick Cotto has more in this feature story sponsored by Edward Elmhurst Health.
Naperville North and Naperville Central have produced state-caliber wrestlers in past seasons, but the foundation for success involving these grapplers was developed long before high school. For some, the work began before the middle school level as well. A lot of the success is thanks to programs like the Naperville Wrestling Club, a longtime feeder program where kids from kindergarten to 8th grade could keep on wrestling and improve their skills all year round.
It's great for the sport, it's great for the kids in Naperville because it gives them something fun to do over the winter. And each year we get more and more friends telling other friends to come out, and it's just a fun thing to do.
However, the club has seen enrollment numbers dip the past few years, mainly because of the COVID-19 pandemic contributing to decreased interest levels. Thankfully, 2022 has seen the numbers increase back to pre-pandemic levels. The athletes who have participated in the sport for an extended time love to see the new additions develop their own passion for wrestling.
It's cool to see the sport grow because 3 years ago there was not as many kids as it is now, so it's cool to see your friends here.
The best I've got out of it is the community. I didn't have as many friends as I did when before I started wrestling, and the community that wrestling brought for me got me in a better spot.
Another reason the sport is continuing to grow has been the interest of girls who want to show their strength on the mats. The IHSA held its first ever state tournament for girls wrestling last winter, as female wrestling numbers have been steadily climbing not just in Naperville, but across the country. The Naperville Wrestling Club is excited to show that anyone who has interest can compete.
It showed them the sport that anybody can do it, everybody can have fun, and as long as you're on the mat, you can wrestle.
It really impressed me that there's so much girls doing wrestling.
My sister gets to wrestle in the club, and there was a lot more girls since when I was my first year wrestling.
With more boys and girls in the wrestling room, the future is bright for the sport in Naperville and the state of Illinois. There have been over a dozen state champion wrestlers from our local schools in Naperville and Aurora, but none since 2006. But clubs like the NWC are working hard to give everyone a chance to develop the spirit of competition, community, and maybe someday become the area's next state champion.
It's just showing us there's so many other schools that are out there that need teams, and these kids really want to wrestle, and you never know, you might find that diamond in the rough that could be a state champion one day.
For Naperville News 17, I'm Patrick Cotto.
We head to the pool for boys swimming with Neuqua Valley taking on Metea Valley.
Waubonsie Valley boys swimming hosts a tri-meet with Bennett Academy and DVC opponent in the DeKalb Sycamore Co-op. Starting off the meet with the 200-yard medley relay. This race was close throughout as the squad of warriors in Sean Ball, Nathan Wayne, Keon Lamb, and Alex Schwartz finished 0.97 seconds ahead of Bennett's relay. Next up is the individual 200-yard freestyle. This race isn't as close as warrior Keon Lamb wins his second race in a row, 3.06 seconds ahead of teammate Luke Martins. Sticking with 200 yards, but with the IM. This race looks like it's going to be close, but finishing 7.14 seconds ahead of DeKalb's Noah Johnson is Waubonsie's Tyler Barden. Waubonsie looking to win a fourth straight race with the 50-yard freestyle. However, DeKalb's Jacob Grammer finishes 0.30 seconds ahead of Bennett's Jack Larson. Alex Schwartz from Waubonsie finishes in third. Now we have the 100-yard butterfly. This was a competitive race between Bennett's Jack Hansen and DeKalb's Max Palacios. In the end, Hansen touches the wall first, 0.29 seconds ahead of Palacios. Next up is the 100-yard freestyle. Once again, this race is highly competitive. DeKalb's Jacob Grammer finishes 0.90 seconds ahead of Bennett's Jack Larson. Not far behind Larson is Dub V's Sean Ball. After Tyler Bardak wins the 500-yard freestyle, we move on to the 200-yard freestyle relay, a race that sees Waubonsie's Ethan Hwayne, Alex Schwartz, Tyler Bardak, and Sam Lohman pick up a big win for the Warriors. Time to flip over for the 100-yard backstroke. Like a lot of the races we've seen, this one came down to the final lap where Sean Ball finished 3.25 seconds ahead of Sam Lohman. We finish with the 100-yard breaststroke. The Warriors have won the last three races and they continue that trend as Keon Lamb wins this one with a time of 1:00.65. Waubonsie Valley cruises to a first place finish with Bennett Academy in second and DeKalb in third.
The Neuqua Valley Wildcats welcome in DVC foe, the Metea Valley Mustangs, for both teams' first event in 2023. Neuqua returns home after competing at the Homewood Flossmoor Pentathlon last week. The Mustangs last swam on December 30th against former DVC school Lake Park. Beginning with the 200-yard medley relay, it's very close between lanes 3 through 5. In the end, Neuqua's relay team of Arun Kara, Patrick Chu, Ryan Emmons, and Brian Wilk get the win. Metea's relay team gets second. Now heading to the 200-yard freestyle, where the Wildcats go 1 and 2 to finish. Dima Kondrashev gets first, and Stefan Anderson follows just a second behind. Mustang Henry Marchand gets third. Mattia Valley searching for a win, and Jaden Gamilla gets off to a good start in the 200-yard individual medley. He's able to gain even more time toward the end and get the first place spot. Alex Parkinson of Neuqua finishes in second. In the short 50-yard freestyle, 3 swimmers finish within 1 second of first place. Dima Kondrashev picks up another win for Neuqua and is followed by his teammate Ryan Emmons in second and Matthias Michael Wilhite in third place. Going to the 100-yard freestyle, the Wildcats are hoping to get another win. Stefan Anderson impresses, finishing in first place by 2 seconds over teammate Chris Cottrell. Wildcat Connor Nelson rounds out the top 3, giving Neuqua a nice podium finish in the 100-yard free. Jumping ahead to the 200-yard freestyle, the Wildcats are hoping to collect their third straight first to third place finish. Anderson, Cottrell, Kondrashev, and Alex Parkinson get first place. The relay team of Austin Olson, Connor Nelson, Gabriel Wu, and Brian Wilk collects second. Now in the 100-yard backstroke, the Mustangs are able to pick up a race win. Michael Wilhite gets first with a time of 56:30, while Wildcat Arun Kara finishes just behind him at 58:40. Wrapping up the duel in the 400-yard freestyle relay, where the Wildcats' #1 relay team gets the win. It's a close battle for second place, but Mattia is able to finish a little more than 2 seconds ahead of the other Wildcat relay team. Neuqua starts off 2023 with an impressive victory over Mattia Valley, winning by a final score of 122-43. Up next, we take a look at girls gymnastics here on NSW. Do you want all the most exciting highlights from your student-athlete's high school career? Relive all your favorite stories and moments from the past few seasons of Naperville Sports Weekly by purchasing digital downloads. Go to nctv17.org/shop to order today.
Hey, you want to join our rewards program? Collect hot dog points to unlock access to our VIP lounge.
That doesn't seem very...
Rewarding? With a BMO Savings Builder account, you get a cash reward for every month you save.
Wait, so you're going to reward me for saving my own money?
You got it. A little incentive to help you get into the habit of saving.
That sounds great, but do you have VIPs?
Yeah, absolutely. We call them customers.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
We go back onto the mats to check out girls gymnastics as we get our first look at the newly formed District 204 Co-op hosting Naperville North. Naperville North girls gymnastics travels to Neuqua Valley to face the newly formed District 204 Valley Co-op for the first time. Gymnasts from Neuqua, Waubonsie, and Mattia Valley now working together as teammates in search of a win over their conference rivals. The teams start off taking turns on the vault and the uneven bars. Chloe Smith sprints down the runway for the Huskies. She gets some good height and makes a solid landing. That earns a score of 8.35. The Valley gets off on the right foot with its vault performance. Lauren Reynolds with an 8 to start the day for the co-op. One of the top vault scores in the day comes from another North gymnast as Sam Connolly tallies an 8.7 on this round off as she keeps the landing under control. The best score on the vault also comes from the Huskies, with Abby Aldrich getting an 8.75 on the round off with a 3/4 twist. The Valley Co-op picking up points on the bars as Gabby Palm earns a 7.9, second best on the team and third best overall in the event. Abby Aldrich is back with the blue and orange on the bars, leading the team once again with an 8.15. Coach Chris Stanisek offers encouragement as she is able to get her momentum going for 3 swings around the high bar and sticking the landing. The best performance on the uneven bars comes from Stephanie Speck for the Valley. A seamless transition between the bars leads to a smooth dismount and landing. It's the only event of the day for Speck, but she makes it count with an 8.4. Zara Jin hopes to continue her strong day on the balance beam for the Valley Co-op. A couple of backwards walkovers as Jin keeps her balance before dismounting with a backflip with a little hop. The 7.6 is second best for the co-op. Naperville North also performing well on the beam to stay close in the team standings. Kate Alfeld working hard to stay on the beam on her turns, but she is able to regain control. She then also finishes with a walkover backwards right into a back somersault tuck on the dismount. That earns the Huskies a 7.9. Erin Arnold with one of the top balance beam performances for either team. The Husky manages to keep her balance on her final turns before the dismount. The aerial walkover forward with a twist gets the job done. An 8.4 is the second best score in the event, behind only teammate Abby Aldrich and her 8.55. Speaking of Aldrich, here she is on the floor, once again putting up big points for the Huskies. Good body control on display and a team best 8.7 in the event. Aldrich is the all-around winner for the meet with a 34.15. Haley Mitchell has been a standout for the Waubonsie-Metea Co-op for the past 2 seasons, and now she steps into a key role for the Valley Co-op. Her teammates miming along with her floor routine before showing great control on her back handsprings to conclude a strong performance. An 8.45 is third best overall and second on the team. Just a few points separating the two teams in the overall score. Lauren Cordero wrapping up the day of competition with her floor routine, and talk about saving the best for last. Cordero shows off the athleticism and even throws in a dab before a series of back handsprings and a twisting finish. A 9 is not only the best score in the floor exercise, it's the top score for any event. Plus, it helps the Valley Co-op slip past Naperville North by an incredibly slim margin, 128.55 to 128.3. A great competition all around. On this play of the week, we got girls basketball with Peyton Fenner showing great defense. Lucy Burke crosses over and looks to get to the bucket, but Fenner is not having it, rejecting her shot to the stands. Great help side defense as she hustles over to get the block and prevent the deuce. That'll do it for the show this week. Next week, believe it or not, we begin the postseason as Naperville Central hosts the Boys Bowling Regionals. Don't forget, we're always online. Check us out on our website for extended highlights and stories at nctv17.org. You can also find us on social media at nctv17 on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Josiah Schuneman. Thanks for watching.